Hey guys, what's up? IrishEmerald here, coach of your Wexford Wailords, and welcome to round 1 in the SBN playoffs. We managed to get through a top seed, yeah buddy, in our division, and now is where the serious business of the league comes into play. If you guys, I know I've said it before, but I'll say it again. Playoffs in this league is round robin again, so the top 2 from our division, the 3DS division, and the top 2 from the other division, the showdown division, are all in the playoffs now. And basically, whoever wins the round robin between those 4 teams is your champion. So 3 big weeks in the SBN now. If we can manage to snag, and if we manage to win 3, we're champions. But 2 wins and an exceptionally good differential would be good enough as well. But of course, no room for error at this era of the league. So we're going to have to do very well. My opponent for round 1 is actually my week 1 opponent that we faced earlier on in the league. That is EGB4 TV, coach of the GameHaus Garchomps. His team is up above me now, and it's the same team as we faced before. He has a Landorus Therian, a Ferrothorn, an Alolan Ninetales, a Porygon Z, a Mantine, a Malamar, a Megazardex, a Keldeo, a Meloetta, a Garbodor, and a Lanoon. And actually, hold on now. What is his Z captain? His Z captain is Porygon Z. So, a couple of very scary stuff there. Forgot about that. Now, unfortunately, see, we managed to get a fight. We managed to get a 5-0 against the Garchomps there when we first faced them, and it's very hard to team build against somebody that you've already beaten against, or that you've already been in the league, because how do you tweak something that's already worked to win the second time around? Whereas if you lose, you know you have X amount of threats. You know, look, I didn't deal with this right. I didn't deal with this Pokemon right. I need to change things up a bit. So it's a lot more difficult the second time around, when after you've won, especially by the margin that we won, to be able to come up with a way to beat this a team again. So I have, if you guys can recall, it's a very similar team as to what we did the last time, but there is a few tweaks. I added 1 or 2 little things that I felt would be nice to have, and hopefully it'll come off nicely. Out in front of me of Crimson are Mega Scizor. The same moveset as before, Sword Stance, Knock Off, Bullet Punch, and U-Turn. I really want to set up Pokemon here. Looking at EGB4's videos of his other matches, he does love having a bit of setup on his team and walking through his opponent with that, and being able to get a Pokemon to be able to knock out 3 Pokemon after setting up and then cleaning up late doors. So we do have to watch out for that, but I do feel like we also need a way to set up ourselves, and I figured the Mega Scizor last time we faced the Garchomps was very good. We do have a little bit of a difference here though. I've put a bit more physical bulk in, just a tad. We don't have the special defense EVs like we did the last time. We have enough speed EVs so that the Malamar, it doesn't speed creep us in case he's like that, so we can just come in U-turn and outspeed it if he's not speed invested. And then of course we just got the bulk really to kind of eat hits from, say, a Garchomp, because even though we don't have Roost, we do have Wish, which we'll get to that later. And we have the Sword Stance where we can just set up SDs, go for knockoff, bullet punches, what have you. And it would be it's a nice Pokemon to have, to be able to come in on not just the Ferrothorn, well, not just the Ferrothorn, but the Landorus, the Alolan Ninetales, the Keldeo's a little bit scary, but the Lanoon, the Garbodor, a couple of stuff like that. So I figure we bring the Mega Scizor again. It does find a good bit of his team. It worked last time, so a few tweaks and hopefully it'll work again. After our being Tornado are Tornadoes. Why did I struggle to say that? I do not know. If you recall, last time we brought a fully special set, and the idea was we bring in Tornadoes, and he had the coverage to be able to hit a few things. I think he might have kind of copped onto that, and he'll have a few counters for it. So I figured we'll bring Tornadoes that can actually hit 1 or 2 things very hard, but after that we'll have it as a kind of a pivot, because if he's going to bring a counter, therefore we can get momentum by pivoting around that. So we have Taunt, U-Turn, Heat Wave, and Icy Wind. I have the Taunt just to kind of stop the likes of Ferrothorn and Alolan Ninetales being a nuisance to us by setting up like the Aurora Veil hazards and the likes of the Porygon Z and the Zardex. If they the Zardex setting up D-dances in front of our faces, we don't want that. I have the U-turn then for a bit of switch momentum, which I was saying, and then I have the Heat Wave Z Heat Wave, I should say, the kind of O-code Ferrothorn, O-code Ninetales, and then I have the Ice Wing to deal with the Landos Therian. Mantine does a good number to us, but again, we can U-turn around that. We don't really deal with Mega Zardex that much, but again, it's not the end of the world. We can kind of just U-turn around that. Same with the Keldeo. We can do a little bit to the Meloa and a little bit to the Linoon, but you know, the kind of idea is that we're going to be kind of hitting the Ferrothorn, the Landorus really hard. The Ferrothorn, the Landorus, and the Alolan Ninetales very hard, which I'm pretty sure he's going to bring. So being able to hit those 3 Pokemon very hard and then being able to taunt his other Pokemon that might set up moves be very, very nice. Speed, EV wise, we have enough speed to outspeed a Alolan Ninetales and the Keldeo. Then we just have the rest of in special attack, and then we put the the 12 EVs after that into bulk. After bringing Fabled are Florges, and I am bringing the same set as last time. Florges was the MVP when we faced the Garchomps in week 1. I'm bringing the same set. I was wanting to tweak it. I was really wanting to tweak it because I didn't want to bring the same set twice. But the thing is, he has gone to a game and he has set up with Porygon Z, right? And he has gone off and swept. And for me, that's frightening. But with Florges with 72 special attack investment, we two-shot the Porygon Z. So I had to bring the 72 investment in. I wanted the extra physical book because our special book is very high, provided he doesn't bring the Choice Scarf Meloa. Oh, not Choice Scarf, the Meloa, the Choice Specs Keldeo again. We can deliver a good few hits. So I was kind of like, let's bring that and put the pressure on with the Florges again, and we can definitely take a few hits. The thing to be worried about is the Ferrothorn, but we have the Hidden Power of Fire for that. And then we have Toxic to be able to 1v1 the Mantine, Wish past it so we can Wish into the Crimson, and a couple of other Pokemon that would need Wish support. And that is our Florges. Very similar to the last time we bought. I really wanted to bring something different. And again, this is our switch into the Alolan Ninetales most of the time as well. Once we scout that the Alolan Ninetales doesn't have Hidden Power of Fire for the Scizor. But we do have to be very... I really want to tweak this, but the more I looked into it, the more I was like, it worked so well last time. It's very hard to change it again. Like, I'll have tweaks to Tornado and Crimson, but I just couldn't tweak Florges. I needed a special attack investment to deal with the Porygon Z, and it also hurts the Malamar a lot, hurts the Keldeo a lot. You kind of get the picture here. And then the physical defense allows me to tank Malamar hits after he gets a +1 with from Superpower Contrary boost. So, and it also allows me to live hits off the Lando. So it's annoying, but it's annoying for me. But hopefully it works again. After that, I decided to bring Whitney, our Miltank. You're probably noticing this is probably the biggest change in the team. The fact that we've dropped Donphan for Whitney. I figured Whitney was another answer for the Zardex, and I'm pretty sure he will use Zardex a lot better this time. Because look, I was looking back at the battle that his side of the battle that we had with him from week 1, and he was making reads of what I was doing, but he wasn't acting on it. So I decided I'd bring the Miltank as another answer for Zardex. I think having 2 would be very good. And I also wanted a Rocker, because again, he doesn't have a Rapid Spinner, but he does have a Defogger. So I figure let's bring Mantine. Let's put the rock. Let's bring the rocks, force him into that scenario, and we'll be fine. Also, she's a much more reliable Rocker than Donphan, because if we leave with Donphan like we did last time against the Alolan Ninetales, like granted we were able to read the Aurora Veil happening, but he will know that last time we actually saw him last time we predicted that Aurora Veil, so we won't go for the same play the second time. So having Miltank is another option to be able to come in and say, you can't touch me, Alolan Ninetales, I got you. Set up the rocks if he doesn't bring the Mantine, and then we can just start going out, hitting off Body Slams, Thunder Waves, that kind of stuff, which should be kind of good to go. But yeah, full max HP, max physical defense to be able to tank as many Zardex hits as I can. Also kind of deals with the Lando T a little bit, bought a few Body Slams off, And then just getting Thunder Waves off on a couple of things like the Porygon Z. I doubt he'll switch in Kelio, but that kind of stuff. There is an argument to say why would I bring Bio Slam and Thunder Wave, but just getting that guaranteed Thunder Wave off a Zard X D-dancing in front of my face would be glorious. So that's the reason why we're going to bring Thunder Wave there. The Bio Slam percentage is nice, but I'd rather bring the Thunder Wave just to make sure. Like so, and then of course Bio Slam is Stab, so can't say no to that. After that we got a Choice Scarf Latios, again, very similar to, pretty much the same set as last time. Rocking out Dragon Pulse, Side Shock, Thunderbolt, and Hidden Power Fire. Dragon Pulse calls the Zard X if he doesn't have any SPF investment, so that is nice. Side Shock to hit the Garbodor, the Keldeo, the Mantine. The Mantine is really specially bulky, so we need a Side Shock to be able to deal with that. But we also have Thunderbolt for it, and Hidden Power Fire. Simply put, we needed a way to deal with Choice Scarf Keldeo and a Choice Scarf Alolan Ninetales. I doubt he'd bring the Choice Scarf Alolan Ninetales, but Choice Scarf Keldeo is a thing. So we definitely need something to be able to kind of deal with that. And then Hidden Power Fire kind of allows us to hit the Ferrothorn, so he can't reliably go into the Ferrothorn. That it will constantly scare him. And then of course, he has no switching to a Latios after we weaken his team. There's no switching, no reliable switching. Something's going to take damage every time, so it's always good when we have that. And then of course we have bulk in Crimson, Fabled, Whitney, and as you will see next, Chard, to be able to kind of switch in once he's made that switch, and we get a little bit more damage off. So very reliable having that kind of having that reliable damage on the team. Very, very nice having that reliable damage on the team. You're probably wondering as to this 248. Actually, can I run 252 here? 248. No. See, the reason why we're running 248 here is because, as you can just see when I type it in, putting in 252 does nothing for us. Like it's the same outcome here on the it's the same outcome here on that. So we gotta watch out for that when we actually do take a look. Sorry, I'm sidetracking a little bit. The fact that there's no difference here at level 50 when we switch it from 252 to 248 means that we can use the EPs in a different stat, and we put down the special defense. It makes it a little bit more bulky because we don't want to fiddle around with our HP stat because we're already at an odd number, so hazards don't hurt us as much. There we go, finally made sense. Last night we have Chard, our Rotom Heat. Bit different than last time. Last time, if you recall, I brought a fully physically defensive Rotom Heat to pure deal with the Zard X. Not happening really this time. We're bringing a soft best variant with Fable being the Wish Pass to the brain, Rotom Heat at times. Rocking out Overheat, Thunderbolt, Full Switch, and Hidden Power Ice. We have a lot of pivots in this game, as you can probably well see. A lot of pivots, and I'm hoping to do that. I'm hoping to force switches and get pivots in and constantly force him to constantly put pressure on his team and wear him out. That's the idea of this. And then eventually the likes of Latios and Mega Scizor can kind of come in and finish him off. We have the 52 EVs in special attack with the modest nature. We're not bringing a bold nature. We have the modest nature because that allows us to wreck the Alolan Ninetales, the Ferrothorn, like guaranteed Oko. We also get a 3-hit KO off on the Porygon. No, sorry, 2-hit KO off on the Porygon Z. And yeah, pretty much a 2-hit KO against any Pokemon that that's unresisted against Overheat. Thunderbolt for sheer damage, electrical damage, so we can hit the Mantine, Bull Switch, Pivot, and then Hidden Power Ice to deal with the Lando T. So we have a couple of ways. We have 2 ways to deal with Lando T. I was really thinking about bringing Rainbow, my Milotic, but Ferrothorn deals with it just too nicely, and the fact that he's got the Ferrothorn can kind of come in on the Milotic and get a free Leech Seed, free Spikes, free Stealth Rocks. Wasn't too keen on that. And even then, he can bring in the Porygon Z, set up, bring the Keldeo, go for a Calm Mind. Just it was just too passive for the team that we had, that we were coming up against. Especially Ferrothorn. Wasn't too keen on it. I was thinking about it would have been nice being competitive, Milotic, because he has the potential to. We have the potential to get the competitive boost, but I was like, no, we won't do that. Same with bringing the Defiant Tornado, but again, I really want that Taunt. I think the Taunt would be nice. I was thinking Tailwind, but I think Taunt would be the best. But yeah, that is the team, you guys. Hopefully you guys have a gist as to what I'm trying to do. Wear them out with the Switch Initiative, and then allow Crimson Eon to be able to kind of pick them off and hopefully that will work. Looking at his team, I'm more likely going to leave him with Whitney or Miltank. Get the rocks up immediately. I can't see him leading with anything too crazy after that. If he leaves with Zardex, I'm clicking Thunderwave immediately. Don't care. Want to cripple that Zard and then just start going and then set up the rocks, all that kind of good stuff. But yeah, that's the team. I'm going to leave it there after that, folks. EGB4 TV's channel will be in the description down below, so definitely go check out his side of battle, the team he's going to be bringing, all that kind of good stuff. And yeah, I'll wrap it up here today. If you guys enjoyed today's video, click the like button down below. If you guys got any comments on today's video, be it good, bad, different, let me know in the comment section down below, including your thoughts on the team, what you would have done differently, all that kind of good stuff. And last but not least, if you want to see more SBN action coming your way on this channel or more content in general, smash that subscribe button down below for me. On that note, I'm going to get out of here. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.